All right. So basically, you guys, the name of this is basically, yeah, they say hello first. Oh yeah, we're gonna
Hi,
keep
I'm
our
Boss
word.
Life, y'all. I don't know if y'all been to my live or if this is your first time seeing me, but M has spoken about me. I was with TKO and I went to his home, and I have a lot to share, a lot of things to say, a lot of information that has affected me in different ways. So yes, hello.
Mm. All right. So, Boss Off, thank you for allowing us to allow you to tell your story, and thank you for using my platform. And for everybody, I'm ghost hosting today because of my hair, but I'm here. Okay. Now, Boss Life. First off, can you please tell us, my love? Number one, just give us a little information on how you and your relationship with your mom first. Just give us a little of that.
So me and my mom's relationship is pretty straightforward. My mom has always been there for me. She has always taken care of me. As a young girl, I grew into the Capricorn stage pretty fast, where I started to learn how to take care of myself and do things for myself, such as I was always outside, cheerleading, school. I always went to after school programs because my mom um, was a work she works, so I always went to after school programs. But and then I started working at a very young age, getting my own money and stuff like that. And I was always a little bit snappy, so sometimes me and my mom got into arguments and fights, but she always took care of me. She always did what she could for me. And at a young age I decided to leave my mom's house and become a dancer under somebody else's rule, and I never went back home. And now but like over it's been a year and stuff that me and my mom have been working on our relationship, and me realizing that what I did was wrong, and moms are moms and stuff of that matter.
Good. All right. So this person. So how did this person introduce you to dancing?
So actually, Instagram. My friend had known him, and I met him through Instagram. He's around my age, so yeah, we met.
See? And so you never knew nothing about dancing. Someone introduced you to it.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I
So
knew. I saw pictures on Instagram um about it, and I liked it. I was always out there in my own self, and I've done some stuff as as a young girl. I was never like crazy, and my mom never allowed me to go to parties as a kid. I was never the type of girl that was allowed outside. I just did cheerleading and stuff like that. I had friends and stuff, but I never went to a party until I was like 17 years old. Like I never been around alcohol without it being my family. I just was a pretty girl, always pretty in school and stuff. I got good grades and all that, but I've been I've been through a little bit. So then one time when I saw, dancing on IG, um liked it. I saw a girl, she was like upside down on the pole, she might still be out there like a crazy girl, and I was like, oh my god, so cool. So once that I heard the people like, oh, you want like dancers, blah blah, I was like, oh my god, definitely want to be a stripper, definitely love money. I got three
mhm.
jobs at the moment, let's go.
So you got into that world.
Yeah.
Was it rough for you? Like did you see witness a lot of bad things when you were out there dancing?
um yeah, yeah, there
You
was like
did?
definitely a lot of bad things. um it was crazy, but I'm protected.
You were protected. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how many years did you dance and we can move on?
5.
Okay, fine. All right. And over that course of 5 years, how much money do you think you made?
Uh, okay, I don't
Okay.
know. A
Well, how
lot
about
of
this?
money.
How
I
long do
I
you
want to
think?
say I'm a millionaire, but I don't want to. I want to say I'm a millionaire, but you know how the
You
men are. They're always gonna
the
knock
money
you
come
down.
fast. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how about this? How long would you think it would take you to make 20 grand when you're dancing? How many nights?
When I first started, I would say 20 grand could take me about a month and a half, but now I
Okay.
can say 20 grand will take maybe this. No, no, damn, I'm confused. Okay, now, so okay, so when I first started, I would say like 20, like my first 6 months, 20 grand would take me like a month and a half. And then I could say now, if I really, really wanted the 20 grand, I'm making it in 25 days,
Oh, it takes you
30
about a
days.
month.
Yeah.
That's
If I
pretty good.
really wanted it, because now I'm not like that. Like now I'm so calm and like I don't really have the crazy energy in me anymore. I'm not like I don't tempt the men anymore. Like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, like stuff like that. I literally just go up to them like, oh, can I have a dance? And if they don't want to dance, I walk away from them. There's no more talking than like I'm just gonna give you this dance. Like I never take my clothes off. Like you're not even gonna see me get on the floor to on the stage type of thing. So I would say, but in the middle of my dancing career, like those years where I was crazy, where I was drinking alcohol, 20 bands, 15 days. I
Ooh,
was I was at 1,000 a night, 1,500 a night. It was very simple at one point, but it wasn't that simple. But now it's like I'm more head clear. If I was to do it, I'm gonna make my money, but just in a more respectful but slower manner.
okay, good. So in your own right, you were your own boss.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna move forward from that, and we're gonna jump right into when you first encountered TKO. When did you first hear about him? Who sent the first text message? How did you first find out about him?
I found him on okay. So this time I found him on Bigo. So I already kind of I knew I had the ends on him a little bit because he had hit me up already on Instagram back in the day, but I was already with my ex. Excuse me. I was already with my ex, so I never hit him back. But then I was like, ooh, he's a fly. He's in the game. Like, we can level up together. And that's when I hit him up on Bigo.
Okay, so
Yes, because Armand, I only got that because he was dating a dancer. So I thought that TKO knew, liked dancers or strippers or liked you're muted. I thought he liked that type of money because that, but I didn't know that he wasn't really interested. She can't hear us either.
can y'all hear me now? Yay, I'm back. Okay, everybody, okay. Oh boy, this is hard out here for a pimp. Shoot.
What the fuck? Shit. What one?
All right, boss life, where you at, babe? Okay, and really quick, boss life. Thank you for coming back. Can you tell us a little bit about your father?
My father is a dad. He's in jail. He's been in jail for a lot of the time in my life, and we don't have a relationship.
Okay. All right, you guys. All right. Okay, so and tell us a little bit about your ex.
My ex is a little piece of crap. He is very, very ignorant, very rude. Um he definitely did his best to take care of me. Um but we had like a lot of issues and problems. Um and a lot of the things he did for me was no the money syndrome. I had let that go. So him and I's relationship was no longer interesting to me. So that was our relationship. It was just a little bit on the devilish side.
Okay. Now, do you feel as though he controlled a lot of your money?
Did he control yeah, he controlled my a lot of my money, which I wasn't bothered by. I sometimes it would bother me, like if I'm thinking like I'm making a lot of money and like I want something, or like something is coming about and he's like, oh well, like what do you think this is, like you don't got no money like that or something, and I'm just like, what are you talking about, like you should be saving this money, like what are you doing, type of thing. So
Okay.
that's when we would get into fights and arguments.
Okay. So you
We're used to it. That's why when it came to TKO, I was very interested in him because I do like the way that he is very attentive to his women and attracted to his women. That's what brought me to him, and I was like, oh, this is an honorable man, kind of the loving character he has. So when he flipped it the other way, um I was like, I don't need to give a man my money in this moment. I already know how to not give a man my money. I only did this because you needed a place to stay, and I was like, okay, like let's build with each other. I'm already getting off the dancing side, and you say you want to be good in your life.
all right.
So I
All right. So
I
we'll get
was
to that.
used to it,
Okay.
but I had already left it.
Right. All right. So we'll get to that. All right. So, how did you ultimately leave this other guy, the first guy?
So he like so he choked, like I was in the car one day and he choked me, and I was just like, okay, it's over, type of thing, and we never talked to each other again.
Okay. That's simple. All right. So let me just be clear, you guys. When she says TKO is honorable, what I think she's trying to say is when she saw him on Bigo, she saw a man that, from her perception, takes care of his girl, takes care of his ladies, takes care of his household. He's going to treat me like a. I think he drew a picture for her, and she was like, ding, oh my God. But what we're going to find out while we continue
And
to have a. Go ahead.
also, like, I just want to put this out there. I mean, I know it's like much, but this is like an open space. So um I stopped drinking alcohol in the dance clubs 2 years ago. I was always, I want to call it sober because it is sober. Alcohol is definitely an abusive substance. So I stopped drinking alcohol, and I was just getting back into it, like, oh, I just left this toxic relationship that I've been in for years and years, like I need to have some fun, you know what I mean? And at that moment he was in a fun space, he was always out, he was turning up, he was having fun. I said, oh, there's a few girls in the house, this is a good sisterhood, I don't really have friends like that, like, I don't go out. So it was a better place for me, and that was just like more so what I was seeing in him. That's
All
like
right.
one more asset.
Okay, so you were leaving a stressful relationship. When you came on Bigo, you saw lights, camera, and action.
I was on
You was on one. Okay.
this time. I think I might have just went in his room and was like, "What's up?" And yeah,
Now, did anyone ever message you on IG or anything like that? Any IG interaction?
Well, we yeah, he had wrote on my pictures on IG, but this was years ago, and I maybe messaged
Okay.
me. I'm 'cause
All right. So let's talk
this was
about
years
that.
ago though, but I
So
never he never.
years ago, okay. So years ago, you're saying that he wrote under your pictures.
Um, yes.
Okay. So I want to know, when is the first time you know knew of him? When he wrote on your pictures years ago, or when you came to Bigo? When is the first time that you knew of this man?
I first knew of him from my ex. My ex had showed me Armani and TKO.
Gotcha. Okay, so your ex
Yeah.
showed you a money and TKO on IG. Okay, so your ex showed you them on IG, right? All
Yeah.
right. So how many years ago do you think that was?
That was about like that was like 3 years ago or three and a
3
half
years
years
ago.
ago.
All right. So once the ex showed you him, did TKO send you a message on IG first, or did you find TKO on Beagle first?
Um, the TKO messaged me on Bigo, or did I find TKO on Bigo? So this time I had already followed TKO. I already had known TKO was coming around. So me and my ex were already falling off, like low key. Like we weren't talking, like we weren't sleeping together. Like he stopped sleeping at my house because I have stuff like that. So I think I started like going into TKO's live on the low, or
All
like
right.
listening to what was going on.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the thing is, I never I he never TKO never hit me up this time. Like I didn't once he commented on my pictures, I never like went through with it. Like, oh, like let me go hit this
Okay.
guy up just because he sent a heart under my picture. Like it
Okay.
was
So when
just
he
it was just a comment to me. Like I never just went to it. You know what I mean? Like I never fell through with it. It was TKO Capone. I might have, but I was in a relationship. You know what I mean? It was still like TKO Capone really hit me up. Like I know this nigga is on, like he just represents his female well. That's all I looked at it as, and my ex never represented me well. So that's why I was just like, oh, he's cool. And if I wasn't with my ex at the time, I probably would have went to talk to him. But I only
okay.
talked to him. See, it's hard. I only talked to him through Bigo.
All right. So what you're saying is he sent some hearts under your pictures some time ago on IG. You left it alone. You saw it. You left it alone. And then maybe 2 years later, you found him on Bigo.
Yes, I found him this year, in April or March.
Okay. So now you're on Bigo, and now you guys are, so we'll jump right into it. You're talking now. You're having a conversation, right?
Mm.
All right. So
Yeah, I got in
tell
his
us.
box. I had gotten in his box.
Okay. So you got in his box, and so you meet him for the first time. What was your first conversation with him like once you had your first phone call?
Um, our first phone call was really, I don't know. Oh, it was cool, pretty much. Like, I don't know. It was like it was just me like talking to him, like let's get this money, like we're on, like it is like we're on. It was just like okay. But then he was like, "Oh, I think I'm going to do poly auditions because I don't think that I don't think his the people he were with knew me, like they don't know me." So I think he wanted to introduce me in a better manner to the ladies he was with.
Okay. All right. So as you kept talking, when did you know he either wanted money from you or that you might be moving in the house with him? Like, take us through that conversation. Thank you guys for the gifts. And hold on before you stop. Hold on. So, everyone, please give Boss Life. Let's go ahead and get Boss Life up. Let's gift. A lot of people are in here. I don't really want to be
Thank
one of those
you.
hosts that start kicking everybody out, but it's her story. I'm going to make sure she tells it properly. We're going to take our time, you know. So let's gift her. Let's get her where she needs to be, and let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen, please. Okay, y'all be nice. She gonna tell her full story today, ladies. So it's been a long time coming. Are you comfortable, boss life?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I mean,
Okay.
I'm fine. I don't mind like saying what I have to say. I just want everybody to know like I'm saying the honest truth. Nothing I'm saying is weird or fake, just trying to listen. I'm a little bit Spanglish, so I talk with like my tongue is like a lisp a little bit, so don't get confused.
Okay. And she's here to tell her story, y'all. So let's go. Did that gift count? Why didn't that
Thank you
gift
guys for
count?
the gifts. Thank you for the gifts, y'all. Y'all can check my Cash App on my page if you need it, because I like cash, cash, cash.
Oh, I know why it didn't count. It did count now.
So the first time a TKO ever asked me for money, it wasn't during the poly auditions. During the poly auditions, I wasn't dancing. I had left the club. Once my ex left me, I was free, y'all. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'll go to the club when I need to make a little bit of money for my rent here and there. Da da do, like I was just chilling back. And then he was just kind of like, well, like I'm in this situation, like, I don't really have no bread for the house, like, I need to get into. So, like, what can you do? And I was just like, oh, I can help you out.
Okay,
And
so
that
on
was
one of
he.
your conversations, he's telling you he doesn't have any money. He needs some bread to get a new house. This is TKO.
Yeah, that's when Armani and Korea weren't really enjoying him or stopped messing with him during the poly audition time. And he was like pretty much like, I'm getting evicted, like I don't have nowhere to go. And I was going through my situation, and I was like, okay, well, I need to get to a place to live, like, so let's do it together. I'll get some money. And that's what I had did.
Okay.
It took
So
a
when
while though. This is the problem. It turned into so much money because it took a while for TKO to be able to get his things together to get the house. Because I didn't put my name on the house in Vegas. Like, I'm not in Vegas, so the only way I was looking for houses and apartments during the time for us, but I couldn't do it because I would have to go to Vegas, or people wanted me to send my money through Cash App, like, and it just wasn't matching up. So he was able to do it on his end because he was in Vegas. So it took a few months. So that's why the money ended up to be more, because I was just going to work every day. I was just like, whatever, I'll have money. So that was it.
okay, so boss life. So when he first asked you for the money, you were comfortable with him asking you, number one, right? You
Like
didn't
when he
see
first asked me for the money.
right, because he's saying he broke. Because remember, when you first started seeing him, it was glitz and glamour. He living the good life. But now on the phone, he's telling you he's broke. What did you think?
So I just thought of it like, because he really told me that he gave the money to Armani, but she didn't pay the rent because he got an eviction. They got an eviction rent for at least 2 months. So he was telling me that he was giving her the money from, and I believed it because he's making the money on Bigo. He's making the money on Bigo, so I'm believing it. Like, oh, so where'd the money go? Like, he's like, oh, I gave her the money to pay the bills. This is under her name, so she has to pay the
All right.
bills.
So let me tell y'all something. Everybody that say dumb, you gotta go. Out none of that stuff in here. So let me tell y'all something. Especially for the little weirdos that don't hang around my room that much. You're gonna have to troll in another room. Anybody that's doing the dumb stuff, send their ass on the slow bus. Bye bye. No, y'all better figure out a way how to troll properly. You better not.
Yeah.
You want the
So
fucking
like
conversation, but y'all want to troll her and put her down. You ain't gonna get the conversation if you weird in the comments.
Yeah, so pretty much he was just like said that, and I was just like, yeah, I need to get an apartment too, so what's up, like, let's do it. And that was it.
Okay.
I
And
got my
also for my
money.
admins, let people have an opinion. If their opinion is not so disgustingly cutthroat, let them have an opinion. Not too much muting, not too much kicking. But if they saying bullshit, they gotta go. Disrespectful, got to go. Okay, so you're telling me,
So
and of
I
course,
Yeah, so then my next question is like, and she's also a dancer, so like, how wouldn't you guys have money? And so that's when it's like, oh, she don't make no money at work. So at this point, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, well, maybe she did take the money and maybe she's giving it to somebody else or something, because she was with the other guy. This is when she had left him. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if he was taking the money or she was taking the money, or it was just like the rent got paid, because you got to understand, nobody cared. They both left the house. He was the only one sitting in the house. Nobody cared about the apartment anyway.
so you're telling
Nobody
me
cared.
she's a dancer making money, he's a big old broadcaster and a big old agent making money, and they just weren't paying the bills.
And he got stuck in the house. Armani left. Armani was messing with the guy, and he got stuck in the house. Remember? So he was the one that was seeing the eviction papers come in the mail. He was there, and she was not. So when I talked to him, he said she didn't pay. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
So this is so listen to this then. You're talking to a man that when you look at him, all you see him doing is balling till he fall. He balling. Clothes, jewelry, hair, music, cars, lights, camera, action. But as soon as he get on the phone with you, he started making you feel as though, man, I got this girl on my side, gang, gang already. Our money, man. I'm giving her the money already. Jerk with your tea time. And she taking the goddamn money, man. And yeah, and
No,
spending the
he
money
don't
on
talk
shit.
like that.
I'm just
He
saying, because I'm just trying to, because I'm really pissed off because what's happening here, Boss Life, is from the first conversations, he's already drawn a picture in your head that our money ain't shit. You get what I'm saying? So now, before you even get in the house, you thinking of money, spending the money.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh well, I kind of felt bad. Like, why are you in a you're in a just that's bad. Like, the both girls left you, and one you've been with forever. Like, so I was like, all right, well, we both need a place, so I'll help you out. And then when I got there, I had told him, to get back with Arvani, and he hit her up on IG. So
Okay. All right. All right. So now he asked you for your money. And remember, you just told us you weren't dancing at the time, right? So whose idea was it for you to start back dancing?
well, I would only go sometimes. Remember, I would come late to the poly audition sometimes. I would be
Mhm.
late because I was trying to make money. Pretty much, he kind of was like, "Well, you can't be lazy." Like, which I'm not mad at him, because at the time I was really being lazy. I was really kind of like in a scared place to go back to the club, because I'm like, I don't want to, go back to the club, and it's like, I'm just back in the same place doing the same thing that I know is not really good. And I was just like, okay, fine, because I know I needed the money anyway, and I was still in my own place, my own apartment. So I went back, but he just kind of like helped me get out of that funk.
But he helped you get out of that funk and then helped you back in the strip
In
club.
the funk, yes.
In the
Well,
funk.
yeah. So
Okay. And so now while you're out of your funk in the strip club, you're making this money. And where's all this money going?
so now I'm make hold on. So now I'm making this money, and all this money is going to me. I paid some of my bills. Um and yeah, that was it. I had to go to court. I owed about $5,000 in rent that I had to end up paying. because I was also getting in trouble for my ex had left me like at the end of the month, and he takes all my money, so he didn't pay the rent, and then it was coming to the next month, so I didn't pay the rent, so I had to go to the court and take care of
So,
that. And then
okay.
when I was
So
leaving,
how
I
much?
had money.
Okay. How much money? I'm sorry to cut you off. Were you done talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How
wait,
much money?
so
Go ahead.
so during the time I was working and I was going to the club, P&D had came. Um And so wait, hold on. Oh no. So I had made the money, right? I had made money and I went to Vegas. This is the first time when I went to Vegas when everybody was thinking I was signing a lease, but I was really signing the Little Darlings paper. So this is when everybody think I was signing a lease, but I wasn't. So
What?
I went to Vegas
What's a
the first
little?
time and then I came back home because he didn't have an apartment. He was still in Armani's house. So I came back home. So this is when TKO got to meet me. And I came back home, and I when I while I was in Vegas, I told him, I said, no, I like the poly thing because Korean and Armani left me, and I'm like, this is the second time I try to get into poly and the girl leaves. This happened with my other ex. So I was like, no, I really want to do poly. Like I really do feel like Armani's good people. Like I want to be with her. And so he hit her up. He was like, oh, you really want to do poly with Armani? And I was like, yeah. And he went and hit her up. And they ended up getting, I went back to Boston, and once I went back to Boston they got back together. So he already met me, and now he's back with her. So I never met her because she wasn't around. I told her to get back with him. I told him to get back with her, and he hit her up, sent her a nice paragraph. So then I went back to Boston, and now while I'm in Boston, she's with him. They're rebuilding their relationship, and I'm in Boston making money because he was still in her house, and I can't stay in her house. That's her house. She wouldn't respect that. So I was still in Boston doing me, clearing out my apartment and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So let me go back just a little bit first. How much money did your ex take from you when he left?
Um, so I don't know because I just gave me and my ex would I would just give my ex the money every day. So I don't know. I don't know if my ex has over $1 million stashed up and he's just waiting to become rich. I don't know this stuff. You know what I mean? Like who really knows? Because all I know is that the one time that I did this dancing thing by myself, I made $30,000 within 4 months.
So
So
the
I
one
don't
time you
know
do
how
it by
these.
yourself, you made 30 in 4 months. So what you're saying is you made so much money, you were giving your ex so much money. You don't know how much you gave him over the course of 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next question. Explain to us what is Little Darlings.
It's one of the clubs in Vegas.
Okay. Okay. So also now, so you're dancing. When did P and D? So you met P and D on Bigo.
Yeah, during the poly auditions, me and P&D met, and I ended up, which I probably should never did, but I'm pretty sure that I went into her live one day and I was like, "Oh, you're cool," like.
Okay. And so when she came out to Boston to hang out, so okay, so let me get this straight. So when you first went to Vegas, what was that conversation like? What conversation were you having with TKO to where you knew that you needed to come to Vegas and sign up for Little Darlings?
The conversation was more like, how am I going to continue my lifestyle here in Vegas?
Okay,
Yeah. Or
so my
how am I gonna do, no, it was more so like, how am I gonna continue my lifestyle in Vegas, but how am I gonna have a job here in Vegas so that I don't have to continue to go back to Boston, or when my lease is over in a few weeks, I don't have to be hotel to hotel without someone helping me, because more so like TKO would just be like a driver. Like, he would just be the type of person who would be there, like, kind of like by my side. So I didn't have to, like, be alone.
But my question is, when he told you you can't be lazy, what do you think that mean? When he tells you on the phone, well, you can't be lazy, what do you think that meant?
Wait, now it's like I'm in her position, by myself in the room, like being treated bad while she's getting treated like gold. It's kind of like I felt like I was
Mm.
being her for a minute, and I was just like, what the heck?
Now
And that was okay because I
that's
was.
an interesting way to say it. Interesting.
So I'm like, it was okay for me because I don't chase men. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be mad at him. I'm like, well, I paid to be in this house. I need somewhere to live. It got to a point where I had told P&D, these are messages she knows. I'm like, I'm just gonna save up my money and I'm finna leave when I have enough money to go. But I don't have no money with me right now, so I'm not gonna argue with it. I'm with them. I'm just gonna keep it quiet so I could have my money to get out of here. Because what would it benefit for me to be on the street? You know what I mean?
So
In
boss
Vegas
like
with no way to. This is when I didn't have a job. So this is me in Vegas
so
with no flight money or nothing. I was already
so
telling P&D
you've
this.
been wanting to leave. Have you ever made an attempt to leave? Talk to me about the Trina B incident.
Yeah. So during the photo shoot time, Trina and P&D went to a photo shoot with me, and we were all at the photo shoot. He was a little bit angry at the photo shoot. Blah 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 blah. She wasn't happy. Um, it was just odd. So then we got back to the house and TKO was like, oh, like maybe you can like cook for the girls. He got a two Four Locos, like maybe you can make something so everybody can eat, so you guys can chill out, like we could have a fun time by the pool. That's what it was. But his car had gotten a flat tire, right? His car always gets a flat tire. I feel like he'd be popping the shit by himself. So his car had gotten a flat tire during the time, and he had to get it towed, or he got it towed back to his house. No, he parked it and then we did the photo shoot. So he's trying to ask, he told me, like, he knew his car was already popped. This happened hours ago, right? So we're in the car, he's having Armani call tow trucks, blah blah blah, to help the car. And this is at the time that he's in the gas station getting Four Locos. So he knew his car was messed up, but he still said, let's go have a good time, right? So then
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I'm there, and he's like telling Trina B, like, oh, we're finna leave, blah, 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 like, all over her, touching on Trina B, this and that. So then he basically was like, oh, boss, like, if you don't like, we're not doing nothing no more, type of thing. And I'm like upset because I'm like, you just said we're about to turn up, like we just finished this whole thing, like I was supposed to cook for them, like I just had gotten this food out, and he like, no. I was like, what? Like that's not right. So he was like, let me talk to you upstairs, type of thing. So we go upstairs into his room, and this is when he starts trying to be rude to me and yell at me, like, ruffle me up, and he put his hands on me. I
So
said, no, no, no,
okay,
I'm
so
leaving.
explain. Okay, so explain to us what put his hands on me mean.
So I'm pretty sure he like tried to like put me in a chokehold, type of thing, like ruffle me up. Like we ended up on the floor. When I started getting loud and telling these people, like, we're on, like, no, because this is when I was like, oh no, I already know how he is, because this is probably the second time that we got into an argument. And now I'm like, no, like the P&D's here, Trina B's here. I said, no, I want everybody to see this for themselves. This is when I started getting loud. I want them to see this for themselves, because I know him and Armani alone, he could do whatever he wants to me. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna be like, oh, it's quiet. I started getting scared because I'm starting to see how really crazy he is. He's on another level. He's kind of like crazy. So
Mm.
paranormal. He's a little bit out there, yes. So I'm like, no, no, no. Like, so I started yelling. I was like, now everybody can see how you really are. Like, now everybody can see how you really are. And P&D and them are downstairs, and they're pretty much like, what's happening or whatever's going on. So I was like, nope, I'm leaving. I was like, y'all see this? He's over here hitting me, putting me on the floor, because they could hear it from the bottom. We on the floor, we tussling, so they can hear it. You know what I mean? Armani's like, stop, stop, stop. And that's when I told Armani, like, I don't even like you. Because this is like when I first moved in, after all this stuff is happening, we're going in a flow right now. So this is like after like her not welcoming me in, the Walmart thing, just the whole vibe thing. So I'm like, I don't even like you. That's when I told her, I don't even like you. Like, what, you're telling him to stop, but you don't really care. You know how he is, type of thing. You know how he is. If you wanted him to stop, you wouldn't have been having an attitude at the photo shoot the whole time. You would have been trying to have fun with me, P and D, and Trina B, because we're all in a good mood. Even when we came inside to go drink this Four Loco and blah blah blah, you still went upstairs into your room to be by yourself. I don't really remember exactly, but you know what I mean? Just like you wouldn't be in a bad mood. He wouldn't be in a bad mood. And you wouldn't be in a bad mood. Why are
So
you in
are
a
you
bad mood at the
saying
photo shoot?
that the fact that she's moody, he becomes moody?
Yes. Like, he really wants her to be around. Like, he makes the excuse like, oh, she's not around people because this, and that. But people wouldn't want to be in poly if she wasn't there.
All right. So let's, okay.
And no,
So,
she was not pregnant at this time. So
okay.
this is the beginning. This is at the photo shoot. So then, um,
Okay. So
I
let's get
started
back on
like,
the
no, I'm
floor. So
finna
let's get
leave. I'm
back on
finna
the
leave.
fight.
So
So hold
yeah,
on.
so
Let's
I'm
get back
finna
on
leave.
the fight. So when so did he hit you? You said he put you in a headlock, took you down
Hmm.
to the floor, and now y'all tussling on the floor. Did he hit
Yeah.
you that night? Did he like,
Yes, we got. Yeah, we were fighting. Yes, he hit me and I hit
did he
him.
slap you or did he punch you?
He had choked me, slapped me, threw me on the floor. We were on the floor. We were
And
fighting.
you're saying P and D was there to witness this, and
Yeah.
the real Trina B, y'all, the real Trina B.
Yes, the woman.
Okay. Okay. So
So
who breaks up the fight?
so nobody breaks up the fight. I ended up getting out the room. So, this is my phone too. He had taken my phone because I was gonna call the police. I was gonna call the police.
Mm.
I'm like, no, no, you keep hitting on me like everybody's here. Now I have witnesses. Yes, I have witnesses. So I was like, no, I'm calling. Like, I'm all set, because if you with a man like that and you try to call the police on another time by yourself when you're with him, who knows if he can really beat you to shut you up. So now I'm all forced. My mouth is loud because I have witnesses. So then he had taken my phone. I'm like, no, get my phone. You have my phone. Like, I'm screaming out everything he's doing. So I ended up getting out the room. I don't know how I got out the room. He must have just been like, here. I don't know if I know P and D was more into it, but I don't know if she had gotten up and she was the one who came upstairs. I don't remember that part. But then I went downstairs, I packed all my stuff. That's when he was like, no, stay, stay. And I'm like, no, like, this is in front of everybody. I was like, this is my big break. I was trying to get out of there because I'm like, I can't deal with this. It's not what I deserve. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Like, I was still awake. He still didn't take my whole brain. I was still there. So I was like, this is not what I was going to be. Like, I'm out of here. I packed my things up. And then, um, I took my stuff downstairs. I'm like, Trina B, please help me. I told him, give me money too. I was like, he's gonna give me money, Trina B. I'll give you $100 because I was tired to tell him to give me money so I can catch a flight. I'll give you $100. Trina B has a nice truck. I put everything in her truck. He wasn't trying to let me go because he was trying to get his tire together first because he had a spare tire at his house. So he was trying to get his tire first on his car. And I was like, no, I need to leave. Like, you could figure out your tire at another time. Like, I'm trying to get out of here. So
Okay. So you
then,
put your stuff, your bags in Trina B's car. Okay.
yeah. So I had to put myself in Trina B car. His car was at one of the taco shops, so we had to stop at the taco shop. That was
Hold
where
on
it
for
was,
one
and I was
second. Hold on for one second. Everyone that wants to turn off the gift sound, go down in the three lines. If you hit the three lines, go in there and find gift and then hit your gift settings and then turn off your gifting sound. So go down in the three lines, find gift settings, and then turn off your gifting sound. And you guys can, if you got it, say thanks or one. Okay, go ahead.
so that's when like, Trina B got in the car and she was gonna help him as well. So we had to go to where his car was, and that was at the taco shop, the El Gordo taco shop. And we got
And
in.
for the
I was
record,
gonna go.
excuse me, it's not the man Trina B from the app. It's the real Trina B. There's a young lady that's on the app that did poly auditions, I think. Her name is the real Trina B, not the man. It's a young lady. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah. So um she like helped us. She put all the stuff in the car. We put all the stuff in the car. You know, he was still trying to be nice, trying to help me. And I'm just like, no, like leave me alone type of thing. Like I just I don't want him moving my mind frame from where it's at, because it took me a long time to get in the mind frame of leaving a bad man. You know what I mean? So I was just like, no, 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 leave me alone. No, I don't want to be with you. So then we got in the car. When we went to the taco shop, I was with P&D. So I was going to go to P&D's Airbnb and then catch a flight, or, you know, figure it out from there at the moment. So I was staying in her car. He was figuring out his thing, and pretty much he was like, just stay with him. Just stay with him.
So who's
Like,
telling you to
and
stay with him? PND?
yeah, so it took mad long. Like, I'm like, no, I'm leaving. Like, he already gave me
Okay, so
$4,000, girl. We out of here.
what month was this? What month was this when you packed your bags, put all your bags in Trina B car, and you went to the Airbnb?
It was it was during the photo shoot month. I don't know what month that was.
Okay. Ka
Yeah.
Ka Young, will you stop coming for me? I'm gonna kick you out my room and you ain't gonna be able to see the interview. You're gonna have to go on the window. Go ahead, boss life.
So that's when that happened. And this is before August though. I know this is before Armani's birthday. So this might have still been in July. Um and she had told me to stay, blah blah blah. She was trying to be like the mediator between us both. And I was just like, I let peer pressure get the best of me in that moment. And I was just like, all right, fine. So we ended up staying. I was like, I'm hungry or whatever. Um So I ordered food. Me and Trina B ordered food and we ate something. And I was talking to him. Like I was just, no. So we had ordered food, and when we had ordered food, I still wasn't talking to him. He was still there because he was waiting for his car stuff. But I was also had to wait for Trina B to drive her car and drive me and P and D back to P and D's Airbnb. So we were all just there, all four of us. Which I probably should have just got an Uber and left them together, but I didn't. I was waiting for Trina B, you know, and then I had ordered food. Trina B ordered food, and during that time we ended up like making up or whatever it is.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So Trina B and PND hear you screaming all over the floor. You're toss. I mean, you guys are going at it. She allows you to put your bags in her car. So when you get in the car, so it's you, Trina B, and PND. After you leave the fight, what's the conversation like in the car? Are you crying? Like, tell us what's taking place inside the truck while you guys are taking that ride.
Nothing. Everybody's quiet. I'm telling him, give me my money. Send me my money right now. Like I want my money back. And I said I want 4,000. Because I told you I already gave him 25,000, so he already had some money. So he sent me the $4,000, and then when we ended up, that was it. That was the car ride.
So he sent you $4,000?
Yes, so I could leave, but I was leaving. I was leaving. Remember, this is so $4,000, so I could take a flight and leave Vegas. Because pretty much I'm like, I'm gonna expose you. Like I'm telling everybody what happened on Bigo. Like there's witnesses type of thing. And he has sent me the money. So I should have left. But
So you
PND
so you threatened him with the police and with Bigo, and he gave you 4 grand.
yeah. But now he don't believe me no more because he he thinks he's like, oh, I already got her to give it up once.
All right, so now you're telling us you're having a conversation. So you make it to after you guys get food, you make it to P and D's Airbnb. Now, explain to us about this conversation again.
No, so I never made it to PND's Airbnb. Because because you know, like they convinced me to stay. So my stuff ended up going back to TKO's house. I ended up going back to his house, gave Trina B $100 for nothing. sent back the
And then,
$3,900,
oh God.
and back at his house, P and D slept over, and he slept in the bed with P and D and I.
Okay.
So it was just a hot mess. Like I should have left that time. And then the second time I was gonna leave him was when I was in Boston. I went back to Boston to get the money, remember, for his video. And then I didn't like how he talked to me because he said I said something about Korea, and I didn't like how he talked to me. And I was like, I'm just gonna stay back in Boston because I need to take care of myself. That was the big thing. Like I was like, no, I'm gonna get my Benz. I'm gonna boss up. Like fuck this shit. And then I ended up going back to him. But I
Okay.
think he was mad about he was basically still sticking up for Korea because Korea never threatened to call cops. Korea never tried to leave him. So I think he still think Korea is more loyal. But
All right. So
he,
let's
I
okay.
don't
So let's
put up with
reverse a
that
little bit.
behavior. That's the thing. I would have put up with his behavior when I was younger, but I've grown out of that behavior. You know, that little girl thing, whatever these women that are grown as heck are accepting, I'm not accepting that. You're not
Okay.
gonna down talk me in front of nobody. You're not gonna little girl me and say, let's go to the side and talk about this. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing that I was not accepting. Why are you telling me let's go to the side and speak about this? No, we
Okay.
don't need to go to the side and speak about this.
So reset for a second. So y'all, at this point, let's get her to 10K. We're pretty much good, pretty much reaching our hour point. Let's go ahead and get to 10K because it's about to get thick. Okay. It's about to get, we're about to make a transition. So
Mm-hmm.
let's get us to 10K and hold on, just relax, boss life. Just reset.
All
Let's
right.
get her to 10K, please. Let's get because this story is don't cry. For the girls in the comments for a one, put a one if you see boss life story now in a different light. Put a one. Okay. So they try. You got some supporters. We still got some twos, but we got some supporters, boss life. All they
Thanks,
want you
guys.
to
I
do
was
is
never
tell.
mean. I promise. I just be mean for a good purpose. Like, you know, grown women should do grown woman things, and I wasn't feeling it. That was
Good.
it.
I think Kimbella said she even sent you a catch up. So the whole thing, boss life, what
Thank
these
you.
women want from you is to help them help you. They want you to they want you to slow this man's train down. He moving too fast. He poking out of his chest. He doing the most. The same thing he did to you. He's on another app and he's about to recruit some new girls. So we need you, boss life. And this ain't no hate on nobody, but we got to slow him down. If we can't stop him, we need to damn show slow him down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay? And
I
you
think
want
that um the
well, hold
next
on, let
act,
them get
like
you to
we
10K.
definitely need
Hold
to
on,
get.
let them get you to 10K. Everyone, come on. Get her to 10K. I told you she's ready, you guys. She is ready, but let's make sure she cuz today y'all tried her this morning. She got some pennies for her story this morning, but we going to change that. We ain't going to do that. She holds a lot of power here. Okay, hashtag to stop a predator. Hashtag let's stop TKO. Whatever y'all hashtagging, that's what she on
Yeah,
right now.
like
That's what we
I
on.
I I have a lot more people in my life than he, was thinking. Like I know he thinks I'm immature and I'm on a little girl type of time, but I hold a lot more responsibility than
And the
he
ladies that
thought. So
went through and there's a lot of ladies that went through this before as well. Thank you, ladies. You're doing this for all of them, boss life. Okay, it's
yeah.
a lot of ladies that got a similar story. You can slow him down.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
come on, y'all, get her to 10K because she's ready to tell her story. You call boss life out there in the car.
freeze.
Uh
Okay.
oh.
It's
What do you
okay.
want to do? You want to do a
I can't put keys in the car. I have a DUI, so I cannot put keys in a car.
yeah? We can't let you do that. What you want to do? You want to do a part two tomorrow? I don't want you cold, but I want you to get some rest, and I don't want you cold.
Yeah, we could do that. That's cool. Part two.
Yeah. So sorry, ladies. Just to be fair, I'm sorry. I didn't know she was cold. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna stay. I don't mind this. This is fine. I'm not like too cold. It's okay. we can continue talking. I want everybody to be happy. Like, I want to continue this story. If
Okay.
I can just hop in an Uber and go somewhere at this point.
Let me know and we can send the Uber over, or I could just send you the Uber money. You just tell me when what's your safe word, okay? And we'll
So
get you
I'm
out
fine.
there.
It's fine. I'm in the car. It's
Okay.
fine. You know, it's okay. I'll be very warm when I get inside, and I'll very much appreciate the heat.
They want to know what's your cash up, please. Let me tell you, it's her cash up is dollar. Well, her CA is LUV. I know it by heart. That's sad. LUVMYLYFEE.
Yeah.
So
No,
LUV
two E's. Two
two
E's.
E's.
You're gonna it's literally spelled just like that.
Yeah,
LUVMYLYFEE. And you're gonna
love
see
my
a
life.
coffee cup, and my name is GRL.
Yep, it's GRL like girl for short, shorthand girl. So LUVMYLYFEE. Love my life. Okay, y'all. Thank you guys so much. Okay, because if she gets cold, she gonna have to take an Uber to a warmer place. All right, so everyone's gonna want me to ask this, boss life. So get ready. So
Okay.
you just told us that night when you got back to the house, he crawled in the bed with you and P and D. Let's talk
So me
about
and
it,
Peter
Mama.
were there or whatever, and he was being nice. You know, he was very happy that I had stayed or something. I don't know what he was happy for. Like, I guess he really liked me at that time because he really wanted me to stay. Like, he was not on no like, fuck you, leave. Like, that's why when y'all are saying like he got me out the house on purpose, like he did that on purpose so I could get the house out the house. That's why I'm confused about it, because I'm like, I wasn't like, like he was really telling me to stay. He was
Well,
telling
let
me to
me ask
stay
you
the
a
first time.
question. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you feel, I want you to think about this. Remember when you threatened him, you're going to call the police, you're going to tell Bigo he gave you that $4,000? Now, what if he was just softening you up because he knew he had just hit you in front of P&D and Trina? He slammed you down and put you in a headlock.
Yeah, so he didn't
At
want me to
that
say
time,
anything.
right, you had a lot of power at that time, Mama.
And also, let's remember that um when I was at the door leaving with all my stuff, Armani was like, "So you really don't like me?" And I was like, "No." Like, I don't like you.
Really,
Like, she asked me and I was like, "No."
really.
Yeah. I was like, "No, I don't." Like, I just don't know. Like, you cannot be that old to me and not know basic things. Like, you have to at least one time in your mind, like, you know how to see. This is where I started getting crazy, and I'm just be quiet because everybody's gonna come for me.
Okay, so stay calm. Because we can
Yeah.
we can definitely have a conversation about her on a separate, because I notice when you talk about her, you get very antsy. And I know it goes all the way back to when you gave them 25K, she was able to buy food, clothes, houseware, shampoo, and lotion with your money, and she didn't welcome you in her home. And you basically helped her get a house and she treated you like crap. So that's where, so you guys are clear. This is where her energy for Armani started at.
Yeah.
Okay, you
So
guys.
basically,
So these two separate
I told
things.
him, yeah, I told him to tell her to come back. Like, I told him to tell her to come back, and obviously the house is already filled. So this is where bad energy with Armani started. Like, I was never at the point of jealousy of Armani when I like met her or anger towards her. This all
Okay, hold on
started
for a
after
second with these
I
gifts
really
for a second. Hold
saw
on. Everyone, if
live.
you want to turn off these gifts, hit the three lines at the bottom, go to gift setting, hit the three lines in the bottom, go to gift setting, and turn off the gifting sound. A
Okay.
big drip.
So
Go to the three lines at the bottom and hit gift setting and turn it off.
I was like, and like it was just a weird vibe. Like, even when we had went to the club like one night for the first time, and I'm like, oh damn, like we about to turn up, we about to have fun. Like Armani was like the party pooper. Like my feet are starting to hurt. Her feet started hurting, so we had to leave the club. Like you've been wearing these heels for 3 years and they still hurt your feet, baby. Like no, just sit down and take the pain. We trying to have fun.
Okay. So we're gonna definitely have a separate conversation about our money. But we definitely want, and I want to ask you how you feel about this, Boss Life. We want TKO to pay for what he did to you. How when I say that to you, what do you think I mean by that, and how does that make you feel?
I think you mean like you want me to cancel TKO, and I feel like we need to cancel TKO. He played with
Okay.
me.
And cancel him how?
Cancel him by we need to get him off of this app. Like he don't need to be on no other app. He needs like I don't know. It's just like I just feel like not cancel him, but I feel like it's a very important time for, us to make sure that people don't go through this. Like, he even has another girl coming to his home, and how do we know she's not just there to help and give money and blah, blah, blah. Like, there's
Well,
no
boss
real
like this
policy.
is the thing. The only way you can know that he's not going to hurt another girl, TKO needs to be held accountable. TKO needs a little. He needs a little vacation in the big house in his pen, baby. Based on your story and the things that he's done to you, he needs to go take a little vacation. Do you know what I mean when I say vacation?
I know what you mean by that little vacation. Okay, the little
Okay. And
vacation.
that's the
This is
only way
what
you're
I've
gonna
been.
save the girls. That's the only way you're gonna save the girls, boss life, is by telling your story in detail, not just to Bigo, but to that DA. He has a court case coming up.
So I mostly will say I definitely want my revenge from TKO. I need something in this order. I need some type of justice. I don't believe it's fair that I'm receiving all this backlash from this. He hasn't put no money in my pocket. He
Mm-hmm.
hasn't done anything but bash my name over and over and over when I have all these stories and all these proof. He don't have a story. The only story TKO is telling is the story that um the only story he's telling is that I drove his car. That's the only story he's telling. There's nothing else I did to him. He has done all this to me. So he has a video, he has a recording of my voice saying that he never did anything or blah 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 blah. And he's not supposed to record voices. It's illegal. So even though he did put his hands on me, he thinks that that's going to save him even if I
Okay.
do report the story or they ask me to
Well,
be a witness.
let's talk about that night. Let me take everyone to that night. Tell us about that night from when it started when he was on live.
From that night we were drinking. Oh my god, that was crazy. That night was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is where it's like this is where it gets weird because I would know I wasn't in my right mind. Like this is where the problems become harder because this is where I was at a more vulnerable state. I was probably in a child state of mind. And I don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like I don't even want to think about it. Like that shit is just so bad. Like I'm grown. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I'm grown. Like so it's just like when it thinks about like I have so
So
many other
before you
people.
start, tell me who all was in the house first and what were you guys drinking?
We were drinking Henny,
Okay.
and I
Who
drink
was all in the
tequila.
house?
So
Now,
it
who
was
was all
first.
there
It was just me and Lotus
at first?
at first.
Okay. What's happening? Tell me what's happening at the time.
Um. So we like got the drink in the beginning. I didn't. He was supposed. Okay, so this is the night that he was supposed to go out with Armani to eat food. Remember? So
Yeah.
this is the night
He was
he's
supposed to
supposed to.
go out. She was going to take him out and pay for his dinner. Yes.
Yes. So this is what happened, right? So I got my check from my lawyer. I got my check from my lawyer. Um, like at the beginning of the week, it came in. Our I don't even want I'm saying this girl name. So TKO texted me one morning when I was at work. This is after I gave him my check, the extra $2,000, and this is after we had went out to eat something because I got money. He was supposed to take me to get my hair done. He was supposed to take me to get my nails done and stuff like that because we were supposed to be doing a video the following week. So he was going to do this with my money that I just gave him, and we were supposed to be doing the video the following week. So then at the end of the week, Armani had just started working like a month ago after she already took 2 months off. I've been working for 2 months. She's been chilling for 2 months. This is when I guess he knows Armani's pregnant, but I don't know Armani's pregnant. So then she had like, just finished working, blah, blah, blah. So I guess he texts me saying, oh, like complaining, like, oh, you've been getting all these checks. It's like Thursday, so I'm about to get my check tomorrow. You've been getting all these checks and you haven't given me none. Armani just started working and she already is offering more than you. She told me she'll pay every single bill. He sent me all the screenshots. I have all the screenshots of her saying, I'll pay this bill, I'll pay this bill, I'll pay this bill. And I said to him, I said, don't come for me. When I came around here, you said you was going to pay every bill. I gave you more than enough money. This is when I started getting fed up. I gave you more than enough money. If I'm working, this is for myself. I'm already spending my whole check tomorrow on your light bill because I have to pay the light bill before Thanksgiving because I'm not going to have enough money. My check is the day after Thanksgiving, pretty much. So I have to spend I didn't know my check was going to come a day early before Thanksgiving. So I have to spend all my money on this check right here, and I'm not gonna have nothing but $80 left to spend for the whole week because I have to pay this light bill. So he complaining, oh, I'm not giving him no money, blah blah. Meanwhile, he got money. So I'm like, no, I didn't come here to pay all your bills. I said, if a female want to pay your bills, oh well. So then he sends me the thing. I thought it was a random girl from Bigo or something. So then he sends me the T. It's our money to pay all the bills. So I'm like, damn, like sis, like don't do that. Like we don't like I'm only trying to work 4 or 5 hours. I'm only trying to work so many hours. He got money to pay the bills. He has the money to pay the bills. It should not fall under my hands to pay the bills or for him to get mad at me this quick. He can at least say, oh, Armani's offering $2,000 a month because she's working to help pay the bills. Can you help out with $2,000 a month? Next month, can you just work a little bit harder? Because you already gave me this $2,000 from this check. You just gave me a bunch of money. So I have extra money for this. I have extra money for this month's rent because you just gave me your lawyer check. It's supposed to be yours. So next boss life next month, can you offer a little bit of money? Can you go work a little bit harder for a little bit of money? Can you work a little bit harder for a little bit of extra money?
All
Right?
right. So let me
But he's
stop you
going
right there. So hold on. So you bringing him 25, you bring him 25,000 in August.
then
And
I
then in
went back
September,
to then I went back to Boston. I made $6,000. I was supposed to make
we
more
got
money,
the
but
receipts you gave him. We got the receipts from September. It was 2,500 on September the 11th, 2,500 on September 13th. September 17th was 2,000, and then the 26th and the 27th, it total up to like a little about 6 grand. So 25K in the month of August, an extra 5,500 in September, and now 2 months later, he still need more money to pay the bills. It's almost 30 grand.
right. And then I just gave you this check that's 33 or 32 $3,300. So this is where it was 30 grand, but this is where the 33 grand comes in. I just gave you this check money. We just cashed it together. And I just gave you this check money. So now you have money for your rent. If Armani gonna come and say, oh, I want to pay all the bills, all you can say is, oh, make sure you're working hard enough next month so you can help with these bills too, because Bigo is getting tiring. But you're not even able to open your own mouth and tell me what to do without her giving suggestions. This is the same thing when I'm talking about that Armani has had to send him a message about the Ozempic thing for fat. This is the same thing where I'm talking about she had to send him that so he can come to me and tell me Here, you want to do this weight loss thing? Armani said it's good. Armani said, I'm going to pay all the bills. So that means Boss Life should pay all the bills too. No, you open your own mouth, TKO. She not the pimp. Like, why is she low key pimping in the background? So so now I'm in problems with you because she's deciding that she wants to say she's going to pay all the bills. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, no, that's not fair. Like, I got upset, blah, blah. So then it was like,
So
oh,
I
well,
get
can
what
you?
you're saying. Okay. So
Yeah.
you've already given him about 30 grand, but with her saying I'm gonna pay all the bills, now he's trying to compare the apples to oranges and say, well, she's gonna pay the bill, Boss Life. What you gonna do?
So now I'm saying I'm not doing nothing. I still got the messages. I'll send you the messages later, but I'm saying I'm not doing nothing. I'm telling him I gave you all this bread, you know, why are you coming from me acting like I don't do nothing over here? He over here talking to me rude. Oh, you're being lazy. You're not working enough. Pretty much he told me that I need to pretty much he told me he's not picking me up from work because it's too fast. He need to sleep. When he dropped me off, he don't want to come get me 4 hours later because he want to sleep all day long. And I'm like, nigga, like, so I'm like, okay, fine. Like, so that's when he started complaining, like, oh, you don't work enough, blah, 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 blah. Because Armani got a job that she works 3 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 at night. But my job, I work 4 or 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. So if we're not working the same amount of hours, we're working I'm working more hours, but it just seems like she's working. I don't know where his brain is at. That's the thing. So he's over here telling me I'm not working enough because she's working so early in the morning to so late at night, but she's only doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What about Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday when she's just sitting in her room? Like, you not realizing that? But I'm the one who's getting up on those days and going to work. Just because I'm coming home around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. doesn't mean nothing.
Mm.
So I'm just like, this shit crazy. So then, yeah, so I said, no, I gave you more than enough money. Like, I'm not dealing with this, blah, blah, blah. So then he was like, pretty much like, oh, he was pretty much like, um, oh, and I'll let you
I
know.
know this
I,
part. Y'all ain't gonna troll my interview and y'all ain't gonna ruin my interview for me. I can tell y'all that in the comments. My people. I can tell y'all that I this is my room and I run this room. My folk. I can tell y'all that. Go ahead, baby.
so pretty much like once, I don't remember this exact argument, but I still have it. But I was pretty much like, nah. He was like, oh, I'm going to the gym twice, and then me and Armani are going out to eat. So since him and Armani were going out to eat, I was like, you know what? Let me just work a few extra hours because I do need my own money in my own pocket, And so I stayed at work for 2 hours. I'm thinking they're going out to eat. This is on the this is on Thursday night that they said they were going out to eat. So when I got back, I had took the bus and everything. Um, they didn't end up going out to eat. And I'm like thinking, like, did he not go out to eat because I didn't come home on time, like, or something? Like, did he try to wait for me because I got on the bus, so it takes an extra hour? You know what I mean? So
So you already 30 grand in, but you get to catch the VIP bus.
right, because he don't want to wake up. Exactly. So you know what? I started doing a lot of things on my own, and I telling you, once I started talking about Armani on live, I didn't even use Armani's pots and pans or dishes. I bought my own because I already know how to take care of a household. I already know how to do certain things, so I wasn't even gonna use her. I didn't even sweep the floor because that was her broom. No, I was done. So then when so then I got on the bus and then they didn't go to the eat. So the next day he said now they're going to eat. Um
So let
and
me
he picked
explain
me
something to
up.
y'all. It had done got so what she's saying is it had done got so petty in the house. Everything she did was trying to be compared to Armani. So it's kind of like this man is separating these girls. It's supposed to be a sisterhood. But if
Yeah.
Armani do it, why can't you do it? Armani didn't do it, why won't you do it? And remember, when she brought her 25,000, she wasn't allowed to buy toothpaste. She wasn't with her $25,000. All she wanted was a pillow for her bed. Remember? She wasn't allowed to buy a pillow. So everybody keeps thinking she's jealous of her money. Just listen. If you give a man $25,000 and when and then you give him that $25,000, now you guys are going together to shop for the new house with your $25,000. She wanted
Yep.
shampoo for her hair. He said, nope. I want a pillow for my bed. He said, nope. I want this nice comforter set for my bed. No. But Armani
Yeah.
said, let me get soap, let me get lotion, let me get shampoo, let me get toiletries, and let me get this. I'm gonna get this gold pillow for my couch. I'm gonna get this, that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Not only that, when it's time to go eat, she gets hot pockets. If she wants a combo, she has to get a sandwich. She can't get fries with her sandwich. Like I'm
Yeah.
not lying. I'm not exaggerating. But when they go to McDonald's, Armani gets a Coke, a sandwich, and a fry. She only gets a sandwich. So I'm not lying.
Yeah.
This is how this
Well,
is happening. So
I don't know.
everybody keeps
I
saying she's
don't know what
jealous, but
I
it was
don't know what
all they're being divided. She gets to spend
yeah.
Armani gets to spend her money, and she can't spend her money. Do y'all see now?
Right. So then during this time when that was happening, with the thing, so I had came back. So the second day I was at work and I called him. I had to wait for the bus. I called him like, oh, can you pick me up from work, or what are you doing? He's like, oh, I just had I'm waiting for the bus because the bus was coming for an hour because TKO was asleep. So he called me when he woke up like, oh, do you still need a ride because I'm asleep? So I said, yeah, you can give me a ride. So I was like, the bus is coming in an hour, so let's go, like, come on before the bus gets here. Pretty much he told me he'll be here in 10 minutes. He was on Bigo. He didn't get here for 40 more minutes. My phone had died, the bus had passed, but he said he was getting there in 10 minutes, so I let the bus
So
pass.
so you get off work and you gotta wait an hour and a half for a ride.
Right. So then when I get to the car, when I get my phone died, so I'm like looking back and forth to see if he's on this side or this side. He was on the side of my work. I'm going running back and forth for about 30 minutes because he said he's gonna be here in 10 minutes, right? My phone is on 1%. I'm running back and forth all the way around, all the way around, all the way around to see where he's at, where's he's at. And he ended up on this side. He told me my phone died, so I put it on the charger inside of the mall because I was working by the mall. So I put it on the charger inside the mall, and I plugged it in, and I plugged it in,
This is the
and
night of the
I
incident, y'all. Oh, hold on. For everyone that's
yeah,
listening,
this is the
this is the
incident.
night of the incident. She's just telling the long version. This is the night.
Yeah, so I plugged it in, my phone put on the charger, and once it put on, I called him, and he like, "Where the fuck are you?" About ignorant as hell. And I'm like, I like smile. I was like, you just got here because I put my phone on the charger, and once it went on, that's when I picked up the phone and I looked at my messages and it said three. Once I hung up the phone, I'm like, I'm coming. What side are you on? He's like, where you're supposed to be, which is at work. But it's like my job's closed. I got out of work out. I got out of work almost 2 hours ago. You think I'm finna sit in my job for 2 hours to go show them that this nigga I'm with is 2 hours motherfucking late? That's embarrassing. So I went to the mall. I waited inside of the mall because the mall, my work is connected to the mall. So he like sitting out there with an attitude. He gonna be like, "Bitch, hurry the fuck up." So I ran to the car. No, I was walking, and I was walking to the car. He like, "Bitch, hurry the fuck up." So I started because I'm like, I'm scared type shit. So I got in the car, and I he was like, I got in the car and he went on Bigo. And this is when he was on Bigo and we were kind of like at this little car show. And then he was trying to make me laugh and like trying to make me happy. And that's when he was like, oh, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. He was being weird. So I said, yeah, you are Jeffrey Dahmer. So then he went to the liquor store and he bought the Henny. And he was like, oh, Trisha's going to be here at 9:30. So make sure that ready, like take a shower and put on something, like get dressed or whatever. So
Okay, so
then,
Trish is the admin.
yes. So
Okay.
then he got home. I went upstairs. I was like, I was already stressed out because I'm like, this nigga really left me outside of work for this long. Like he over here basically using his car against me. Like he not bringing me when I need to. Sometimes I gotta take the bus. Sometimes I gotta take an Uber. Like this ain't working out for me. So I was like, you know what? I went on live. I was like, nah, I'm about to start going live. I can stack up enough money to maybe get a car out here, something to drive, because I didn't like how I depend on him. Because why did I have to wait for over an hour and a half? And why do I have to take the bus that takes an hour to get back from work? You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm driving the car. Got, um, I got on Bigo, and
That left
I went
party gift
I
is
went
messing everybody up. But
downstairs.
go ahead.
Like taking my phone. He's like telling me to get off Bigo. So my Bigo ended up off. But this is when he was already drinking. So remember, the drink happened. He did the thing on live where it looks like he kissed me. Our mom upstairs and was like, "Oh, you're drinking," and she was sad. And I was in a robe, so it couldn't be my fault. He was already dressed, mind you. TKO was dressed. Armani was sitting in her room on live. She said, "Are you ready to go?" He was already home for over a half an hour. Even though he bought the Henny, he didn't crack it until 20 minutes after he got home. She never came downstairs and said, "I'm ready to go." She was on live the whole time. So once she saw him with me, she came downstairs and said, "Oh, now you're drinking," and was upset. But so then she went to the place by herself. She went to eat by herself, which she says, this is Boss Life's second time not letting us go out to eat. That's what she said to the
Mhm.
people. This is the second time not letting us go out to eat. This is what she said on live. People were coming into my live because I told you I was live. So now I have to get off live because I haven't been going live at TKO's house, because every time I get on live, it's drama. It's drama. It's drama. Every time I get on live, it's, "Oh, you want to be like Armani," or "You're rude to Armani." Now I'm on live and it's, "Oh, you ruined their date. You did this. You did that." So I just got off live. I'm like, fuck this. Like, I can never get on live and just make a little bit of money. It's always an issue. So I said, you know what? I'll leave this alone. So now they're giving me this drama, and I'm like, you know what, I was just laughing because I'm looking at him and I'm like, why would you drink if she knows you don't want her drink? I'm laughing at him. Why would you drink if you know she don't like it? Like I'm laughing, and one side of my brain, I'm like, are you doing this to the girl on purpose? Like, do you really not want to go out with her? You know she don't like you to drink. Are you doing this shit on purpose? It's
So you're
funny. And then
trying to say, he got drunk on purpose so he didn't have to go out with our money.
I'm not trying to say that's what he did, but I'm trying to say, why would he drink if he knows she doesn't like it? You know
Gotcha.
what I mean? Like, are you doing it on purpose? It's like, it's just funny. And I'm not trying to question him because, but he knows I'm looking at him sideways. He knows what it is. And then on the other hand, I'm like, but Armani, why can't you just say you can drive tonight? He can still go, even though he's drinking. Let him enjoy himself because he's a man. Even if she doesn't want to drink because she wants to be sober or she's pregnant, he's still a man. So he can still have the right to have a little drink. But Armani can drive, or we can take an Uber, or why don't we just do Uber Eats and we can drink. We can do Uber Eats and we can chill inside. But she decided to go play that night and go take the Uber by herself and eat alone instead of just doing the grown woman thing and just
Okay.
sacrificing for her man a little bit.
Okay. So let's get here because I don't know if you told this part. I want to get into, so this is the same night. I want to talk about Lotus a little bit and the parts that she played in making you feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but one of the parts in particular is when TKO pulled you in the room alone. Remember that?
Yeah.
And what he did, he was like, "Load." Tell everyone how that took place, and then we'll get right back on it because I want them to hear this.
So how that took place, with the room thing, her wearing his robe.
No, and he called Lotus like, "Lotus, look."
Oh, okay. So when Armani was gone, I don't know if he was maybe upset or something, but it seemed like he went into a trance, like a paranormal trance, and he just got very aggressive, but it was in a sexual manner. Like he just wanted to bam, and like it was like now or never, but he was very upset. So he was like trying to like, remove my clothing in the middle of the hallway, and he had tried to be funny and be like, so before this, oh no, he had tried to be funny and be like, oh Lotus, look, and this is my privacy. So, what the heck? And I'm telling him, I'm like, no, go in the room. Like Armani, like I didn't know she was there though, because I could do all that if she was in the house. So I'm like, no, like,
So let's stop for a second. So he gets her undressed and then tells Lotus to come and look at her naked body.
yes. So I'm like, damn. So that he like doing the most, and she looks and laughs like, this is what we're, blah blah blah. And I was like, wow, like no. So then I'm like, no, you need to close this door, blah blah blah. So he's already very aggressive, and I don't know what this is about, but it was so bad. Like it was so bad. I'm thinking, like, is he just really feeling this way, or is this some aggression coming from the situation that's going on? Like what is going on here? I know he's not doing this if she's here. So this is during the time that he's supposed to be out to eat, and I'm supposed to be getting ready to do music with Trish and Lotus tonight, right? And drink the Henny that he bought. So now this is happening, blah blah blah. During the time Trish rings the doorbell, so she's here. So Boss Life don't even have no time to get ready now. TKO already
Mm.
drank the whole bottle of Henny. You know, TKO already drank the whole bottle of Henny. So now we're sitting here, and we're sitting here, and we're Trish is here. So I was like, okay, well I'm gonna go get a shower. So that's why I was wearing the clothes I was wearing, and my hair was how my hair was. I had to take a shower while Trish was already there. So yeah, and then he got another bottle of Henny. I told him I don't like Henny, I like tequila. He wouldn't buy the Henny at the tequila for me at the liquor store because I don't really drink Henny, so I don't know how Henny makes me act. This is when we were inside of his room, and I don't know if Armani's there the whole time. So I really don't know where she was this whole time. That was the tea I had told early on the drama sound off. I don't know if this whole time she was hanging out with Reese, because I don't know if she's pregnant. This time I still don't know she's pregnant. I don't know if she decided to fake the lie and do something like, oh, you're drinking, and leave by herself in an Uber and get off of hang out with her last nigga because she upset, because somebody who really wants to be with their man is gonna make sure they be with their man. They're gonna make a scene right there. All she did was say, oh, walk away. You know what I mean? Like
Okay,
it
so
wasn't like,
we don't know Armani's in the house yet. So we'll just put Armani off to the side for a moment because I want to get to the part where he busts the
because
Henny
these are
bottle.
hours later.
Okay,
So
hours later. Okay,
then,
so Trish is
we're
here.
sitting.
Okay, so hold on. So let's reset for a second. So he told that lady to look at your body. All right, you felt uncomfortable. He was being aggressive. So now you've gotten dressed. So now Trish is there now. This is the admin.
Yeah.
Armani, is she here now for the bottle for the Henny? Okay.
No. So even how went this is the thing. We even came downstairs at one point, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, we even came downstairs and we were playing truth or dare. And there's no sign of her still. During this truth or dare, TKO says, I dare you to kiss Lotus. And I said, no. Like, why would you dare me to kiss rotten tooth mouth? Nasty. That's what I said. I didn't say it, but I'm like, no. And then it's like, why would you do that type of dare? And somebody says, no, I'll just drink the shot. Like, I'm not trying to be rude to the girl or disrespectful, but why would you even put me in that predicament? Because you're doing it, TKO? Because you
Mhm.
think it's normal? Ugh. So I was like, no. Like, so that was another thing. And then when we went upstairs, and she's already very comfortable with him, mind you, she's already very, very comfortable with him. She'll dance around him. They've been drinking Henny together. They're chilling. They're chilling. So we go upstairs. I'm already drunk, right? And I'm sitting on the couch, and Lotus, this is like, I'm out of my mind. I keep telling you, I'm out of my mind there. Like, I'm not there. So she had came up to me, and she like gave me a hug. or something, or was like touching on me. And I'm just like I want to chill out, guys. Like, like y'all already annoying. Like y'all already aggy. Like y'all already touching on me. Like there's a point in time where I'm drinking too much alcohol and I need to sit back. This is probably half of the Henny bottle is already gone. We bought two Henny bottles, a big one and a small one. So this is half the time where the big Henny bottles already have gone. So I'm laying back like this. Like, when you drunk, Henny, first of all, Henny is not a lit liquor. It's a chill vibe liquor, for me at least. So I come back and I sit like this. I sit like this. You know what I mean? Just chilling, vibing out. And they're like, "What's wrong, boss life? Like, get up. Like, no, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm trying to chill out. Like, I need to capture my mind." So that was the Lotus thing. And then, yeah, it ended up from there.
Wait,
We had two.
okay, so wait, you're laying back, and what does Lotus do? So she hugs you. What
Yeah,
happened in that situation?
kissed me right here on my chest. And she was like, "We're just loving you, boss life." And I'm like, but at this time I don't need love. Like, I'm trying to get this drunk off of me. I'm too drunk. Like, I'm trying to lay back and relax. Like, I just need my own personal time and space right now. Like, I don't want to say Lotus was molesting me or doing anything weird or being a sexual predator, but they were not giving me my space. They were bothering me. They're telling me, let's get up and let's, like, boss life, boss life, boss life. And I'm just trying to lay down. Like, you don't need to come up to me. Like, you don't need to try to force me to do anything. Like, when I want to get up, I will get up.
But you
That,
did say her mouth went down in your chest.
yeah, she like kissed me on my chest and she was like, "We love you. Like, this is love." And I was like, "This is love," like, type of thing, because y'all, I keep telling you, I stopped drinking 2 years ago. So I've had to find different tactics on how to, if I'm gonna drink, how to not be drunk. And one of them is sitting back and collecting my thoughts.
Are you
So
cold, boss life? How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
So let's switch a little bit. So now I want to talk about, this is the same night, y'all. This is the same moment. Let's talk about when Lotus said you're playing in his face.
Yeah, this is the part that pisses me off, because this is a part that technically fucked up everything. Like, we this is at the end of the night. We had went to Wendy's already, everything. And TKO, I mean, TKO been off live. I had
Lotus
on
is a
his
girl, everybody. Lotus is a woman. She's the woman with the issues with her teeth that's in TKO's house right now. She's supposed to be his assistant, allegedly. But from what I heard from Boss Life, you think they've had a sexual relationship.
Yeah, something of that matter, because she is very comfortable with him. Once again, she wakes up. She's supposed to be his assistant, but she's basically every
She's
live
cold.
he has, she's sitting. I'm cold. Every live
Hmm.
he has, she's sitting in the kitchen. Um, all right, I'm getting up. Every live he has, she's sitting in the kitchen. Every live he has, she'll get dressed in her nicest clothes, put makeup on. While me and Armani are, oh, it's snowing outside. That's why. Well, me
Hmm.
and Armani are sitting back, with our hair messy, pajamas on. She's the one getting dressed up, putting makeup on. So in my head, I'm like, I think she want to be with him. She was on poly auditions. She must like him. He's letting her
Hmm.
eat whatever she wants. Lotus is allowed to eat anything, what I was telling you. So I'm like, he's over here telling me I need to lose weight, or I'm not eating the correct food. So in my head, I'm thinking maybe he does like Lotus. Maybe they are doing something. You know what I mean? Like, why is she getting all this special treatment? And I'm not. So
All right, so
yeah.
let's go into where she says you playing in his face. So his live had ended, correct?
Yeah, so he got banned off of his live.
Okay.
He got banned off of his live. And
Whisper, yeah, whisper,
on
whisper.
his had gone on his live. So the night over, he got banned 30 days. He went for 30 days.
I think we got
So the
some
live
laggy.
over.
But it's her. So remember, whenever you want us to move you to another place, let us know. So we've already discussed, you guys. If she wants an Uber to go to another place, she can. So she has a safe word when she's ready. It's good now. You're back. Okay. You can just
All right.
whisper. Hold on.
So
Okay. Oh,
he
what we
had
lagging? We lagging on
he
ER or
had
we lagging
and
on to where she says, Imp, I'm cold, buy me a Uber and let's take me somewhere warm. That's her safe. That's what I mean. She's home, you guys. It's just she got to be quiet. Turn your Wi-Fi off. They said, Boss Life. She got to be quiet in her mom's house. So she was just sitting out in the car, but it's cold outside. So I asked her if she wanted. Tiko is 40. If she wanted to get an Uber and go somewhere else, and she was like, she was fine for now. So that's why we asked her if she's cold, is she warm? Okay, this is better. This is good, Boss Life. Oh, we can't hear her.
so
Okay, there you go.
can you hear me?
Yep. While she's resetting,
So
you guys,
while
come on, get the gifts. Make sure y'all gift the host and gift me as well. Go ahead, babe. Yeah.
I'm like so hold on. So yeah, so then my life and both of our lives got big. And
Okay.
me
Okay, go
we're
ahead.
starting to clean up. You know, it's time to clean up. Everybody's about to leave. And so I'm cleaning up. There's water and stuff. We're cleaning up. I had gotten them water and stuff during the time. And um she goes in my face at the thing and she's like, um, she was like, "You're playing in his face." And I'm like, "What? How am I playing in his face? This is us at the fridge. Like, how am I playing in his face? Because this is the second time she said this to me. People have said this to me on Bigo. Like, you know, it's like it's why how am I playing in his face? All I do is care for him. You know what I mean? All I do is respect him. So how am I playing in his face? You know, like that just happened. I didn't mean for that to happen. I didn't purposely get TKO banned. So she's like, "You're playing his face," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." So I asked her at the fridge. I'm like, "How am I playing his face? How am I playing his face?" So he runs down the stairs like Speedy Gonzalez, right? He runs
He's
down the
running
stairs
downstairs. Okay.
and he comes to me and says, "Yeah." He comes to me and says, "Oh, blah 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 blah." He starts coming for me instead of telling her, mind your business, like stay in an assistant's place. You don't need to say nothing to her in the first place. It's not your business. If I felt like Boss Life was playing in my face, I am more than grown enough to say something to her. You know what I mean? To say something to her. But she decided to be savior or whatever, and he started arguing with me. And this is not the first time where he's argued with people that are provoking me or being rude to me. So that was when we got into argument, and she was the one who made that happen because she had, as assistant's place, she should not have been saying anything to me.
Okay, so she says you playing in his face. He hears her say that. He's running down the stairs, like they say, like Precious Mama. So now he's down in your face. He's going in on you. What's going on? What's this? What's that? Now, who's all in the room at the time? So you say Trish left, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
Trish, no, Trish is still there. Trish
Okay.
left once he smashed the Henny bottle. She left.
Okay. All right. So who's in the room before we get to the Henny bottle? Who's in the room?
Um, me when the Henny bottle happened, Armani had came downstairs.
Okay. So you have Lotus that instigated it. TKO running
Mhm.
downstairs like he losing his mind. You're standing there,
Me
and
and
then
him
Armani
arguing,
shows
and
up.
me and him
Okay.
arguing, me and him
So when
arguing.
y'all argue, our money comes down.
Yeah. So she came down, and then that's when I saw her. And after he like smashed the thing, and he was like, "Oh well, what should we do now?" Because I'm telling you,
Okay.
I
So
had
hold
went
on.
towards the
So y'all
stairs.
are going at it. Hold on, because you. So y'all going at it, and then out of the blue, so you got to talk to us. What does he do? He picks up the Henny bottle. What does he smash it on?
So he smashed it on the floor. The honey bottle was on the counter. He smashed it on the floor. So listen, I'm gonna tell you a story. So we're when it happened, me and Lotus are at the fridge, right? So he starts blah blah blah. We're at the fridge, and I started getting upset, you know, because automatically somebody who is in the momentum of somebody else approaching them about a problem, and they get talked to in a manner when they didn't even start this issue or provoke this issue, and a person just comes to them and they start approaching them like they're the issue. Automatically I got upset. So the conversation, he was yelling and I was yelling as well. So then I had to go into, oh yeah, so then I went into the, like, where the living room is and the stairs are. I remember because I'm already drunk, so I don't remember a lot of this. So but I remember that Lotus started this. I do remember that because I told him that night. So then I remember I was by the dining room, the stairs, and the living room, which is close to the bedrooms. So I was gonna go upstairs. This is what I think. I was gonna go upstairs. Lotus and Armani and TKO were still on the other side of the house in the kitchen, and he smashed the Henny bottle in the kitchen and came up to me with the glass. And I ran into the kitchen and I had opened the fridge basically I was getting, basically I went and I ran from, the Henny bottle situation of him trying to like slice me, and I went into the kitchen and I opened the fridge and I bammed the fridge on him so he couldn't get near me. I bammed the fridge on him and he was like, go, what are you gonna get the knife? What are you gonna get the knife? And I'm thinking in my head, I laughed at him and I was like, no, like, no, like, I'm trying to like calm you down. Like, I'm throwing the fridge at you to block you. Like, this is like a barricade type of thing. Like, you really think I'm thinking about going to get a knife? So then he was like, "Oh, come on, let's just kill ourselves right now." And I sat on the edge of the counter and I'm going face to face with him. And I'm thinking in my head, like, is he really gonna try to cut me with this glass? And I'm like, he can't try to cut me with this glass. So we're sitting here yelling back and forth at each other. And at the same time, I'm still trying to keep him calm so that he won't do this at this moment. And he didn't. We just argued, thank God. He just held the glass in his hand. So then I was like, okay, so like, what? I don't know how
When
it
you
got to
say the glass,
conversation.
did he have like the handle of the
No,
hitting bottle with all the sharp pieces?
this is the bottom of the glass. He picked up the
Oh,
bottom piece. You know how the bottom is a little thicker? He picked up
yeah.
the bottom. Yeah, he picked
Oh,
up the bottom piece. So then I don't know how it came, like, yeah, we want to take a ride. Like, he calmed down and he was like, you want to take a ride? And we went and took a ride. And I was just like, I really don't know what, because this is where I'm getting to the point where I don't know what TKO wants no more. You're sticking up for Lotus, you're confused with what you have going on with this person. You're being rude to me. So I sat in the car and I was like, what do you want? Like, what is your life really consisting of? Like, I was just trying to get answers out of him. And he told me some things, but he never mentioned the fact that, oh, I'm having a baby. Like, he never revealed that information. So then
so
we
right
came back
now,
and
while you guys are talking, you telling me after he was about to slash you with the bottle, he calmed down and said, "Let's take a ride."
yeah, so we went and like
Okay,
took
so
a
you
ride.
guys
We
have
were just
left
sitting.
the house. So you guys have left the house now. You're in the car taking a ride. Okay.
Yes. So then we got back after the ride, we went back, and then this is when I was like, oh, I want to sleep with you. And he was like, no. Well, he was like, can you blank, blank, blank? You know what I'm talking about. And I was like, no. And he was like, okay, well, then you're not sleeping with me. Because pretty much, like, that's what it is. So that's why I don't ever be next to him, because I don't do that. That was
Mhm.
one of the things. So he's like, pretty much
So
can you do
hold
this? I
on
was
for
like,
one
no.
second. So blank, blank, blank is something sexual that he wanted her to do, and she said no. It was something that she don't do. It's disgusting to her. She's not
Yeah.
comfortable with doing
I
it,
already
so she
understand.
said no. Okay, so that's what blank, blank, blank is. Not it is not suck your yick. Okay, but go ahead. So right now they're taking a drive. So now they're coming back. So they've taken a drive. They had a conversation. What do you want? Do you like Lotus? Whatever. So now they're coming back. So now they're back in the garage when he asked her about blank, because she's like, can I sleep with you? And he's like, yeah, if you blank, blank, blank. And she's like, no. So that's where we are now. We're parked in the garage, you guys. Okay, go ahead, babe.
So now then he went inside after that, And I was like I wasn't like I didn't get out the car because he didn't say, all right, like, let's get out the car. Like he just got out the car. So I didn't get out the car because usually like my old self would have been out the car and be like, why are you leaving? Like, no, just let me sleep with you. You know what I mean? Like a girly thing, a thirsty thing. So I didn't get up out the car. And then he had left his key in the car. He left his key in the car, and I went in the house. Remember, this is when I went in the house and I looked around for him, but he was hiding at the dining room table. Remember, he was hiding behind the dining room. He went to go play. He said he went to go play hide and go seek, guys. Remember? So I couldn't find him. I just went in his bedroom. I thought he would be in his bed where he usually is. And yeah. So that's when all that happened and the car left and I came back with the car, and then when I came back the second time, the police was there.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So when you didn't find him by in the dining room table in his room, you went downstairs and you turned on the car. Why did you turn on the car?
I don't know. I was just like, well, come on, let's like go for a joyride. I don't know. I already have my license and stuff, so like I know how to drive. Like I didn't think it was an issue. Like I wasn't. I think I was upset with him. Like I think I was mad at him. Like I think I'm at the point where I'm just like, like you always want me to do something for you. Like this is not really, nice. I didn't think TK was behind the dining room table. I thought he was in Armani's room. So I don't know if he was with either one of them, but I know he wasn't in his own room. So I just took the car and then I went back, and when I went back to the thing time, I opened the garage and I'm thinking like he's about to come out and act crazy. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking he's about to come out and start yelling like, what the blah blah, because when you open a garage you can hear it from inside the house. And they know I already had took the car. So they would know that I was there. So he never came outside. He didn't come outside. He was probably already calling the police, or the police were probably already on the way. So
Mm-hmm.
he didn't come outside or nothing. So yeah. And then when
So
I
you're saying you drove off, came back, played with the garage to get his attention, then you drove off again.
yeah, then I left again and I went to the Taco Bell, and then when I came back the police were there and I pulled over. And then I got arrested, and then the police came, and then I told the police that we had gotten into a fight, and he had given the police his number so he could bail me out, which I already knew his number by heart, so I didn't need him to go give the police the number to the police. Like
Okay.
I was like, damn.
So now for the record, you guys, she did tell the police that he broke a bottle of Hennessy and he had glass pointed at her. She did. Okay? She did. She did. So you guys know. Now let's go back a little bit, beautiful. And thank you so much, Boss Life. Everyone run her up. They doing pretty good with gifts. Y'all keep running her up, please. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, guys,
So
cash
Boss
at
Life,
me.
yeah. I have another question. Um, Describe the first time TKO hit you.
So, the first time was when he was like laying down or something, and I like went in his room without telling him, I guess, and he like got up like so fast and like was like again in his I don't even know what to call his character. It's a black thing and it's paranormal. But he ran up really, really fast and he just like bam. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
After he hit you, what happened?
So after he did that, I was just like kind of scared of him. I just kind of like left it alone, and I was like, "Geesh." And then he was like, "Oh, I'll never do that again," or blah blah blah. And I was like, "Thank you." And then the next time he did it, that's when I started being like very vocal and yelling, and that's when Armani was aware, and she would be able to come downstairs and be like, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean?
All right. So the second time he hits you now, you saying you were downstairs?
Yeah, so one time he like cornered me a little bit and like tried to hit me, but I like took the trash and I threw it at him because I was like, no, like that. And
Okay.
then
And describe when Armani did run down to tell him When did she ever intervene? Like, did she ever say,
No, she just says like she goes like she's like TK, like what are you doing? Stop, like that, and like yeah, like she not. I mean, it just would just turn like I feel like it could turn worse, you know. But she does like get him to stop. And then one time I told her I basically was like, why does she always have to like intervene? Like you know what I mean? Like you pretty much I don't like that because I don't know. It's just very confusing.
do you want him to hit you?
No, of course not. But I also don't want her to have to always break up the fight. Like I feel like I should be able to tell him stop. Like, you know, it's like I feel like her voice is he's very used to her voice, so it might be more soothing to him. You know what I mean? So in
Oh,
that
okay.
moment it just
So you're
yeah,
saying
it
he
just
won't listen to you, but he'll listen to her. You want to be able to
yeah.
tell him to stop hitting you and make him stop, but you're
Yeah,
unable
like
to.
why can't you listen to
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
why do you only listen to her? You know what I mean? Like
But
TKO.
one thing I can say was, thank God she is there to at least say stop. Because if he's not listening
Right.
to your voice, he needs to listen to somebody's. Okay, so the
Right.
third time it hits you, tell us about that.
Yeah, but it's like you're not listening. He's not also not listening to her voice, but he's still gonna do it again. So that's why the time when it was with Trina B and P and D, that's when I was like, oh, there's people here, like I can get out of here. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Got you. Okay, so now
Because
you got to
even if
win.
she says stop,
You
even
don't
if she
have a
says
witness.
stop, like we're still in an argument. You know what I mean? Like it's still. But it's not like he's like beating me down. Like he's not doing anything to like. It's just
But
an
but he
aggressive
is
attitude.
but he is hitting you and saying that he's not. He's hitting you
I
and
know,
then he's
but
saying
no,
that you're
I'm just
lying.
saying that because assertive motion, that's assertive motion, which is my ex who's in here writing smart comments, and he's hit me plenty
Where's
worse.
your
So
where's your okay, so where's your him?
if you
So
guys ever
sir,
wanted to get to know him, and I could tell my
so sir,
story on him.
you're in the room now. She said that you hit her too, but you're in here writing slick comments. Where is he? Where is he?
So
He stopped writing.
yeah. So yeah, so you know, like there was just like a few times where I was just like, you know, like no, this is not gonna be like that. And I fought back, you know, for it and I said my arguments instead of just being quiet because, you know, if I'm just quiet, he's gonna stand over me with his hand up until I back down, you know, until I get into that mode. And then he even told me before, like, oh, you're just a crybaby. Like, yeah, I'm going to cry. I don't want a man sitting up and trying to hit me. Like, that's not what I'm here for. Like, I already got that out of my system. You know what I mean? I don't need a man putting his hands on me. Why am I going through this with you, TKO? Why?
So I commend you. So what you're saying is you had P and D downstairs, you had the young lady, the real Trina downstairs, and when he
So this is
started
when I
hitting
had
you,
said something.
you
That's when I said
screaming loud
something.
enough for them to hear you.
Yeah, but there was another time where he kind of like cornered me and like I was just quiet and he's like, you're just emotional, like what are you crying for? Like if a man that you're trying to trust is trying to like uh, be um be very aggressive and put you in a corner, like obviously you're gonna cry about it. Like this is not the streets. You're not just a random guy in the streets that I need to stand up to. I don't need to stand up to you at all. Like if I back down or if I be quiet, you should walk away. You shouldn't keep going and keep saying rah rah rah. You are scaring me in that moment because this is
Mhm.
weird,
Good
you
job,
know.
boss. I'm gonna give you
So
claps for that. You about to make me cry. I'm so sorry you went through all this, and I just want I just want a lot of these women that are judging you just to see where the headspace is with this young lady. He's trying to mold her so he can control her. You get what I'm saying? You're giving him $25,000 and he tell you you can't eat off your $25,000 and you can't buy no soap or no shampoo. I'm spending your
yeah,
money on my other girl. So he's already causing a disconnect in the household. He's trying to control her. And guess
yeah,
what? You can't help but fall for it. She's there. She's stuck. Because now she wants money back that she ain't gonna never get. But you did hear her saying she been want to leave. Oh, I started thinking about a plan to leave. Oh, I got to get it. She's been focusing on trying to leave, but she just couldn't move. And guess what? It
Yeah,
takes
I
a
just
lot of women
was.
5 years. What she did in 5 months, it takes a lot of y'all 5 years.
Yeah, I was just trying to deal with the moment in the time, and just, being quiet and staying in my own place until I had my money from, and I had told my mom these things too. These are things that my mom already knew. I was already telling her I was getting tired of him and blah blah blah. So I was
Y'all
like
you can have
already
questions.
getting ready to get out.
So this is my question now. Do you honestly, do you want to go back to TKO? That's the question everyone, that's the answer everyone wants to know. They want to hear that.
So no, I don't. I really don't want to go back to him. Like, it would be take a lot for me to go back. Like, TK would have to like get on his knees and marry me, like, and promise me that he would do everything great. Like, it wouldn't. I would not go back to him. Like, it would not take anything to go back to him. TKO lost his opportunity. He doesn't know who I am. He didn't want to take the time to get to know me. He wanted to, you know, see the person that I show on the outside, because my heart is very, very big on police on me and I went to jail. He was hiding a pregnancy with me for 5 months, and he's pretty much took a lot of money from me that I didn't even get benefits from.
Mm-hmm.
So I also believe that there's a lot more people that he hasn't had on Beagle that could have done the same thing. You know what I mean? And things just didn't go forward. So
All right. Do you think he needs to do jail time? And I want you to think about him hitting you, the knife, the scissors. I meant the glass, the money. Do you think he needs to do jail time?
um I think that, I don't know. Like, I believe that what he did was wrong, but I feel like it would be more beneficial to me if he just apologized and said sorry, and we just had a conversation and he just said, I'm wrong. This person's wrong. I was really sticking up for people who were just doing you wrong. And that's all he had to say. And at the end of the day, like, like a sit down or a face to face, with somebody mediating it, like a therapy. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just unfair that, like, even if he went to jail, I'm still not getting that peace of mind. You know, I understand in one way it is a peace of mind, um certain things will happen, certain things will be a way where he is away, and a lot of things will be put on hold and stand still, which I would also appreciate. But I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
So, do you feel as though he still has a little mind control over you?
Does he have mind control over me? No, not at all.
So, this is what I'm saying. Um, because I want you to hear me. He, he
I was
took 30 grand from you. He's slapped you a couple of times. He's embarrassed you a couple of times. He's pushed Lotus on your body a couple of times. He's exposed your body to Lotus. He threw
and
you
he
out.
keeps yeah, and he keeps
He
talking
put
to Bigo about me, like
right.
he
He
keeps
put you
mentioning the
in
situation.
jail. He put you in jail. He didn't bond you out. Didn't I mean? This is a man that has basically turned your whole damn life upside down within a matter of months. And I'm just trying to figure out why the sympathy. Why do you feel so sorry for him, but he keeps dragging you? Like he's continuing to drag your name.
Okay, so listen, I don't feel sorry for him. I just feel like he wants me to actually report him to the police, because he keeps stating the fact that he didn't do nothing. Boss Life doesn't have nothing towards him. There's nothing for me to say. He keeps claiming the victim, and basically saying that he is innocent. So it feels like that's the only thing that would make me seem valuable to him. If I stuck up for myself and I really did go to the police because he keeps like basically knocking me down for not telling on him. And I'm just so confused. I'm just like,
So,
I thought that he wouldn't want me to be to snitch to him, but he keeps saying on live that I don't have anything on him, like there's nothing. And it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, he keeps saying on live like he's a victim and like putting me down instead of just being like, oh, Boss Life is, kind of a real one. Like,
so
she didn't
boss
even say
life, then you
nothing.
got to step up, baby. Since he's playing in your face, you got to take control. Or you want to play hardball? Let me continue to push the fucking gas on this case. He playing with you. He's playing in your face. He's trying to paint a picture like he's innocent. We all know that he's been hitting your ass and he had a damn broken glass at you that night. You got to put your feet on the metal, on the pedal to the metal. I think he needs to pay for the things he's done to you and other women. I think he needs to pay.
Yeah,
And he
so I
playing in
did.
your face and he talking about you and make you look bad. And now he's going to recruit other women from another app. You got so much power. Do you feel as though you will at least assist in getting some information more on the report? Do you feel as though you will at least try?
So I feel like I definitely want my money back. In this sense, like, um having the opportunity to have the freedom and do what I need to do in my life is very, very important. And I think that I don't know how I can go forward with that through the court, like about getting my cash back.
And what about him hitting you and putting a glass to hold? He tried to slash you with glass.
Um, with that, I think that is very, very scary. But maybe he can do it to someone else and he can actually get in trouble for that.
So we do you think we can you have the power to stop him from doing it to somebody else?
Hmm. Well, he'll get more time when he does it to someone else.
But what if so what did you actually tell the police that night for the police to pick him up? What did you tell the police for him to be arrested?
I don't know. I honestly just had told the police we got into an argument, and the police was like, but the girls over there said that there nothing happened tonight. So
Okay, so
then,
all the women in the house told the police nothing happened. Okay,
yeah,
so Lotus and Armani told the police nothing happened. What did you tell the police?
I told the police that we had gotten into an argument, and the police was like, was there anything physical? And I said no.
So you did say no. So you never told them about the glass?
Yeah, the glass thing was said, like the Henny bottle smashed was said, but like, I mean, he just
So,
smashed a Henny
so
bottle.
tell me exactly what you told the police.
I told the police that we got into an argument, and during the argument there was a bottle smashed on the floor. We were very upset with each other, and the police said, "Well, okay, like, do you want to press charges?" And I was like, "No, no, no."
Gotcha.
Yeah. But then when I was at the jail, when I was doing the breathalyzer test, basically the police said that the girls didn't say nothing, and I was like, "Oh, they didn't say nothing." And then he was like, "Nope." And then during he got arrested, I got arrested at 3:50 in the morning. He got arrested around 8 in the morning. So
Based on what you told them.
yeah, like they let me get calls, and even when I was calling him like the first 4 or 5 times, like he wasn't picking up. So I don't know what times I was calling him, or I don't even know if I was dialing the right number. So I really don't know between what time, if he got the calls on his phone and he could say that I was calling him during this time to help me get bailed out. Because if maybe, I don't know if he was already in the police car and they were just holding him. So I don't know any of this. I feel like
So
they
I
were
have
probably like, I feel like I do feel like I did call him, but he was, because he said he got woken up out of his sleep. So he wasn't finna bail me out. He was not waiting for me to give him that call. Like, he got woken up out of his sleep. So no matter what, he was already sleeping. He already went to sleep knowing that I was arrested. He didn't decide to call the jail. He didn't to check on me, none of that. Like, he, before he even got arrested, he still was not worried. He went to sleep, and he went to sleep knowing that I was sitting in jail. Instead of just checking in with the jail, calling and saying, "Oh, how much is her bail?" He didn't do none of that. He fell asleep. He says the police woke him up out his sleep. So even if I was calling him during the lot, I mean, calling him in the jail when they gave me the opportunity to use the phone, he was not picking up because he was sleeping. And the only time he woke up was when the police were at the door. So he didn't even have time to say, "Oh my God, boss, I've been calling." Like he didn't even have time to wake
Okay.
up. But if he stayed
So do
awake that
you
whole
think?
time, he might
Okay.
have already gotten to the jail and been bailing me out. And the police would have said, "Oh, he's already getting her. Like, what are we gonna do?
But do
Arrest
you
him?"
think he was trying to bail you out?
Yeah, he gave the police his number and said, "This is my number if she wants to bail me out." But then he didn't want to bail me out after he already had gotten the DB. Once
So,
he got in trouble, he
so
said
you're
no.
okay. So, boss life. Once you went to jail, he went to sleep. So you
Yes.
know. So when you went to jail, he could have went to the bondsman. So when you go to jail, he follows behind the car, and you go to jail, and he bonds you out within that short period. But he didn't follow the car to jail. He went to
Right.
sleep, sweetheart. He
And
wasn't coming to
instead,
get you. He was not coming to get
well,
you.
that's on him. So instead of him just going to the instead of him just following the car or getting up and saying, "Let me go help her get bonded out and act like I care," he woke up to the police at his door and he got arrested by the state of Nevada.
Right. So, boss life. Okay, let me just skip to this question.
Because all he had to do was just get up, follow the car, and follow through, and they probably wouldn't have did nothing
And he
because
did.
they
And
would
he
have said, "Oh,
right.
he's trying." You know what I mean? Like they would have
But he
no,
was,
but he
yeah,
didn't.
he wasn't coming to get you. So this is my next question. What do you think? Okay, so we sent our people. So I sent my person to see you at court. Then I sent another young lady to pick you up. So my question is this: um, when my assistant picked you up that night, um, if nobody wouldn't have been there to pick you up, what do you think? Where do you think you'll be right now? If we didn't raise the $4,300 for you, if we didn't pick you up and put you in that hotel for 7 days, you get what I'm. So what do you think? What do
Yeah,
you think would have
no,
happened when you got?
honestly, my plan was, I already remember the road on my way in. It was a very long road. I already remembered everything. So I was gonna, I'm very good. Like my survival mode will kick in. So I already remembered on the way in. So on the way out, I was just gonna walk and find a way to charge my phone and connect to Wi-Fi. You know, it was gonna be like a McDonald's or a Starbucks because his house was just straight down the road and then a left and straight down the highway and then another right and there was also a bus at the end of the street. So I could have got anywhere around Vegas.
So where
So
were
I
you
was just
going
gonna
when you got on the
I was
bus?
gonna
Where were you
I had
going?
to call my mom. I wasn't gonna get on the bus.
Okay.
I was gonna get to a Starbucks or a McDonald's. I was gonna call my mom and then I was gonna ask him if I could stay there for the night and if he could buy me a flight home. And that's when I was gonna take all my stuff and
All
leave.
right. So if he would have said no, that you cannot stay there, then what was your
I was gonna
plan?
cry. That's when I was gonna cry
Okay.
and beg him for that flight home. That's
All
what I
right.
was gonna do.
Because
And
he
he was
never
gonna
showed up.
find he was definitely gonna find a way for me to have somewhere to sleep. He was, trust me. I know he wasn't gonna leave me out there. If I begged and cried to him, he was gonna find a way.
But babe, but he left you in jail with a $200 bond. It was just two hundred
No, I
dollars.
understand that part, but no, he was gonna trust me.
Boss
I
life.
was gonna I
If
was gonna
we contacted
I was
the
gonna break
DA,
down.
if we
So, but
contacted the district attorney, would you talk to the district attorney?
I don't know what
Okay.
that is. Anyways, his court
On
date is
his case.
tomorrow, y'all. His I think his court is tomorrow.
Let me just say this, princess. I think he's a predator. And I think he does in-house pimping, which he calls poly. And I still think he does outdoor pimping that he's hiding from everybody. And I feel with your story, you can take a predator off the street because the girls that he's about to recruit on TikTok, they don't even know what they're in for. He done Bigo done burnt him out. Y'all done burnt him out over here. Y'all troll him. His story is out. So now he's on a new app and he's recruiting more girls. Do you want to save women, Boss Life? Do you feel as though there needs to be somebody that wants to save the world for womankind?
Yes, I do believe that, I have the opportunity to do that. And there's so many more women, who have stories and stuff. Um, so yeah, I really do believe he deserves to be in trouble. He keeps putting my name out there and certain different things.
And he
So
hit you. Make sure that's important, Boss Life, because I don't want you to be comfortable with a man hitting you. And I'm not judging you. There are some women that think it's okay to be hit. I see that your name is more important than him putting his hand on you. And I want you to help yourself realize that he shouldn't be talking about you and he shouldn't be fucking putting his hands on you. Both of those are important, sweetheart. Okay.
yeah,
And that's just the mind frame you in right now. But help yourself know a man shouldn't hit you. And I know the man before him hit you. I get it. So you're already kind of accustomed to it. Because there's a lot of women right here in this room that have been beat in every relationship they've been in, and they think it's okay. But it is not. You ain't the first
yeah,
woman that got beat and then down 911. You ain't gonna be the last. So I don't want these
right.
women in here judging you either. But for you, young lady, it's fucking wrong.
Yeah, and I'm already at the point where no matter what, I'm getting bashed online for this. Like, I would basically have to hide in a box if I wanted this to disappear, no matter
Oh,
what.
he can
But it's just
disappear.
like
All
he's
he
not.
we gonna cheer for you. If he disappears under your hand, all these women gonna rally up around you and we gonna celebrate this shit. We got one. This gonna be a victory. But we need you to lead it. This is a victory. Are you crazy? This is gonna be big. But it starts with you, sweetheart.
Yeah,
You're gonna have more support than you ever could imagine if you do what he deserves. Based on what he did to you, what you're telling us, he deserves to go on a fucking vacation. He needs to go to school, however y'all call it. He needs to go to college. He needs to be locked away.
yeah. Um, mm,
Just think about it. We don't want to put no pressure on you, but you don't deserve a broken Hennessy bottle being pointed at you and swung at you. You don't deserve that. Because if that shit would have sliced your face, you would have had to go to surgery. Okay? If he would have slit your body, you would have had to go to surgery. Okay? And then he's
yeah,
beating on you in front of women and nobody will tell the truth. He beat on you in front of Armani and Lotus and everybody said no police, ain't nothing happened. So all these women working against you, you should show all their ass. You should show all of their ass who is boss.
yeah.
But
Um,
I appreciate, go ahead, go ahead.
I feel like, I definitely want to like take a moment for it and anything I do, like with the laws, I don't want to like continue it on Bigo. He has his case
Mhm.
tomorrow. So, I just want to like kind of see how it goes.
So after you see how it goes, what do you think can take place? You want to just see what the state is going to do?
Yeah, like I don't know, like I'm really like scared to like report people and stuff like that. Like, I feel like
Okay.
different things can happen to me. This is like more than like TKO. So I don't
So
know.
you are afraid, and that's understandable. And you will
Yeah.
not be the only woman that's been battered that's afraid. I respect that. But what did I tell you? TKO ain't stronger than me. Do you believe me when I say that?
Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah. I know.
He ain't.
um
He ain't. Like and I'm gonna say that with ease and just on chill. He can't fuck with me. And if you speak up, you got me and every woman in this thing, these comments that believe in you. You got us.
right.
He ain't stronger than me,
Yeah.
babe. I got the means, I got the resources. He just can't touch me. But you,
Mm.
you. You got to step up so we'll know what we need to do. Because I can't tell your story for you. I need to follow your lead.
Yeah, no, I know. And like, I
Mhm.
don't know, like, and it's just hard because it's like, even if we like did a talk to talk, like with all three of us, with everybody, and like just try to like get down to the bottom of this and like try to like find a way to make me happy in this situation, like, I still feel like, if nothing happened and he just decided to log off of Bigo and only go with his crowd, at that moment I wouldn't be able to retaliate, still, you know.
Well, but let me just say this. I don't think TKO wants to talk to me. He don't want to talk to you. He ain't giving you that money back. We gonna have to for anything you want from TKO. We gonna have to put the laws involved. That's how we doing it. He ain't talking to you, princess. He ain't talking to you. We done
Yeah.
talked enough. We have done enough talking. You done been talking on the app. Everybody talking. He talk. The talking. What do you want to do?
I want him to give me my money.
So
I
are
need
we
him to give
taking
me
it? Are we gonna take
$17,000
the
right
money?
now.
Or are you waiting on a phone call? Are we taking it? Meaning, are we gonna get him with a theft by deception charge because he told you to give him X amount of money that would take care of all these bills, but instead he spent all your money within 2 months and made you go work overtime and keep giving him money, then he threw you on your head. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Mm.
You ain't. He's not giving you that money back. He found a way for you to give him that money to where you can't trace it, you can't do anything. A lot of it got taken out in cash. So I need you to get some rest, my love. I'm gonna give you this. You did very well tonight, though. Very good. But just like when I was your age,
Okay.
so let me show you how you're not alone. I was your age too, and I was a battered female. And I wasn't telling on my man. Okay. So you ain't alone. All these girls in here talking about what blah blah. I was battered too, and I was not dialing 911 on my man. I wasn't doing it until I was mentally ready. And it took me a while to get ready. I hid my bruises.
Yeah.
I hid my bruises and I kept walking with my head up high. And I was going to protect the man that was knocking my ass across the head. I was protecting him at all costs. So I can relate to what's happening here. But you have a lot of women that can wake you up. I was asleep. I didn't have anyone to wake me up. I woke up, but I didn't have
Yeah.
a lot of people because I was hiding it. You, on the other hand, sweetheart, you have a village. You have a village. You
Right.
have a lot of women here. We waiting on you. We waiting
Yeah.
on boss life to boss up.
I know. I need to like figure this out.
All you got to do
I'm
is say, Imp,
definitely.
I'm ready. We gonna draft whatever needs to be drafted. But I can't do nothing without you, princess. We'll draft it. You already know I got boots on the ground out there. I got two right now,
I know.
minutes away. You know that. Two people. I sent one in your court case and one we ready. You just gotta say boom.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely at that point.
Okay.
I already said what I was gonna do. I already said it on live.
Okay.
And I wasn't playing, you know what I mean? Like, once somebody decided to call the police on me and um put me in a situation for pettiness, like chump, I was just like, that's kind of whack. So I already
We
said what
should
I was
gag
gonna
them. Whenever you ready to gag them, I'm ready. We gonna get. I'm gonna. You need to show him how powerful you are. You are very powerful because you are the queen on the chessboard. You are very powerful.
right.
You need to
This will
gag his
ruin
ass.
this can ruin so much for him, and it's just awful that
Well,
he
he
wouldn't
ruined
just
so much for
come to
you.
his
You got a
senses.
DUI. You can't even put a key in a car. You got all these charges. You couldn't even enjoy your $4,300 because we had so many legal fees. He ruined stuff
Right.
for you too. He ruined stuff for
Yeah,
you too.
exactly.
We're not gonna
Well,
push you
whatever.
too hard, y'all.
I
We
don't
ain't gonna
really
push you
care
too hard.
anyway.
Cause let me say,
I'm
she
very
did a good job
I'm
tonight.
very cold hearted, and you know what? I should have been did this. I'm already getting out his agency, y'all.